Welcome back to DreamLeague Season 5. We are still live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios, and we have 4 teams here today as we start our playoff bracket. We're here for the LAN finals, and we've already had one of our best of 3s. We're about to head into our second one. The first one, OG was victorious over No Diggity, and our second one has Virtus.pro taking on Na'Vi. And we've also had a bit of a change in panel, a change in chairs. I'm not sure if we can call this a panel, as there is no panel, just chairs and a table.
TV.
It's a full panel. It's the no hair panel.
In our hearts, it's a panel.
Yeah. I like it. We have all the different stages, you know?
We should switch, actually.
Old no hair.
So you start as a girl, and then you become a very large man who is kind of balding.
Yeah.
And then someone who is bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we switch spots then?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna do it for
It's too late now.
It's too late.
Okay.
For
Continuity's
memes'
sake, we'll leave it. It's fine.
Please, for the memes. God, I need some advice. I mean, I'm losing it up there. Luckily, I'm tall, though, so I'm safe.
Advice?
Oh, for going
Just shave
tall.
it all off, dude.
I
Just
can't.
go with it.
The only time you're ever vulnerable is when you're sitting down. So what you do is you just, every time you go to an event, you say, I cannot sit down.
Okay,
People tell me
there's
this
one problem. This event has a camera right up there.
Right.
Like,
Just
behind
move
us.
a little bit
that's
further
actually
back
the
in the
Jake
chair.
Slayer cam right
It's
there.
fine. I like
Oh
that.
wait, they don't see your head. Just lean back.
Oh! That's
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah, they know I'm bald, too.
At some point, you either just got to go with a can of spray, or you got to embrace it.
I like it. I like having a little secret there. I mean, there's other parts of my body that are hairless, too, that I keep for a secret.
We didn't need to know that. dude.
No, that's actually.
It's better if you know.
Is it really? No.
Anyway, let's talk about the CIS throwdown we're about to have. Na'Vi, VP coming at each other yet again. What do you think about these teams, boys?
Well, I think between the two of them, I felt like Na'Vi were a bit stronger, although I haven't seen VP since they changed their roles back to
Yeah,
the
they have like a new
original
form
roles.
now.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a very good chance that we could come into the series and see VP very strong. And I also think that with the patch changes since the last time we saw Na'Vi, there is an opportunity for Na'Vi to maybe not perform quite up to the standard. So I was like basing my power rankings on the last time I had seen the teams. So the last time I had seen them, I feel like it was an okay guess. No Diggity actually showed a pretty good best of 3 series up against OG.
Yep.
And they managed to take a game. So the fact that they took it, 2-1 and still managed to take it to a 3rd game impressed me. So they've risen a bit, in my opinion. Maybe second place contenders, but still have this match to watch before.
I think there was a game during the league play when VP played FNG on support as well, and they just
Whenever if they have Enchantress, he was still the Enchantress player, so then they had to switch it around. I think it was still Yoku as carry that bit point, and it was a lower dance offlane or something like that. But they wrecked.
Yeah, exactly. So if we see more of that today, honestly, I'd be favoring VP, to be honest, even though they have this new roster. Sometimes there's this kind of period, when everything is new and everything's going great. It's like, oh my God, everything's amazing. And then one person makes a mistake, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah, honeymoon phase into we're getting a divorce phase, pretty much. And then everyone changes roles because it's fun. And then you decide that you probably shouldn't do that. Just
willy-nilly.
Moon said everybody for Virtus.pro is now playing the roles that they should be playing rather than the roles that they want to be playing.
Yeah, that's kind of the point that I was making as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's something to, because a lot of these players have been in Dota for so long that just having maybe a little bit of a change of pace for a while, like refresh their like of the game, or maybe they have a better appreciation for the role that they actually played before they decided to switch. So maybe that's why they had like this really good cohesion and started like wrecking everyone once they went back to their primary roles, because they're like, okay, it's like riding a bike. I remember how to do this in like 2 games.
I think there was an interview we had last season with Resolution, I believe. He like switched to the offlane. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he was like, I was just getting sick of Dota. I was playing mid every single game for like 5 or 6 years. And then all of a sudden, I just needed a break, you know what I mean? Just to maybe get a different angle on the game.
Well, we can take a look at the brackets in case people are, not really up to date with what's happening. I think people really are. So we have got Na'Vi versus Virtus.pro. And these 2 teams, one of them is going to be facing No Diggity if they lose. And one of them is going to be facing OG if they win. And keep in mind, the best of 5 that you see, the only best of 5 that is going to happen is the grand finals one. The rest is all best of 3.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You guys are talking a lot of game for VP. I like that. They are the underdogs. They need this win.
Okay.
I like Na'Vi a lot. They've been dominating. This is like DreamLeague is their league. They are owning it. Most wins.
At the same time, they haven't played a game in like 21 days.
3 weeks. Yeah, they haven't played a game.
I was asked about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
which player in Dota 2 I wanted to nominate as the Player of the Month, Esports Player of the Month. Like, there's a competition with multiple disciplines in terms of games, and I actually, at that point, I was all on the Na'Vi hype train. I just saw Na'Vi do so well, and mostly because this guy actually, mostly because that guy. Yeah. General has been playing phenomenal, especially Bat Rider and Beastmaster. As you see, those are his most played heroes. He's amazing on those heroes. Somehow, he wins lanes that he shouldn't. That's his thing, and he makes stuff happen. I think that's the only one that sometimes Weapons is like, oh, is he gonna get a kill? He normally still gets the kills, but he's the one that you always have to be keeping in mind. And
that's my boy right
there. I kind of think they can keep it up.
Yeah.
They were in a honeymoon phase. I think they still can be, or better yet, they can start over.
Dude, this guy right here. That's it. As a support player, he's my idol.
Yeah.
I'm always watching. So I don't
but
really
he
know
never
what to say.
plays Omni Knight.
I know it. I don't want him to play Omni Knight. As soon as they start playing Omni, he'll get nerfed. Leave him for the pubs.
They did actually nerf Omni last patch.
Hardly. All right.
They made DJ not go through BKB. That's a pretty big nerf.
It doesn't matter. People don't buy BKBs in pubs.
You're right, actually.
That's actually true.
Jesus. But anyway, I'm still on the Na'Vi hype train. I hear your anti-Na'Vi stuff.
I know. Apparently you didn't, because I was on the Na'Vi hype train.
Yeah, she was literally just talking about how
she literally nominated them for Player of the Month.
She's going to go for VP as her first pick, though.
Is she?
Yeah. After draft, who knows?
But yeah, she is.
Right now,
I thought that Na'Vi were going to get second.
No, this is all pre-recorded. On the first draft, Shiva on this game goes for VP.
Okay.
All right, so.
Just make sure
face
you.
is just blank. What the hell?
She's like, wait, this is pre-recorded? Was I here before?
No, but even if it was pre-recorded,
no, only the next bit is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
This is live.
Yeah, this is live.
After draft
and
is
the game is pre-recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, come on.
Because he said this is pre-recorded, in which case, it wouldn't make sense at all.
Unless you knew it would be pre-recorded.
Unless
at the time.
something was already pre-recorded for the pre-recording.
Unless we're all from the future.
Okay.
If we're from the future, I would like to think that there would be a cure for baldness and we would both have it. So that
wouldn't
definitely
take it.
can't be the case.
I wouldn't take it.
No.
Really?
Did you take part of his identity then?
I would do it just to see what it was like to have hair again.
I remember, dude. It wasn't
and
that
then
long
I would
ago for
probably
me.
get irritated and just shave it off again.
I saw you with hair.
You did?
Not great.
Yeah. No, it was good. He looked like a rock star, remember?
Oh, I do see the
wigs,
picture.
The wigs.
Yeah, people said I look like Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Beautiful.
It was good.
Yeah, sometimes things are so beautiful they
Shane,
can't
the wig
exist.
you had
Wasn't great. I got this like filthy red one. Wasn't me. Like.
You had like a page boy haircut or whatever the heck it's called.
All right. We're talking a lot about this.
All
Let's
right,
talk about VP. Look at these beautiful guys. There's G. Oh, he's got the
That guy's
double,
been like literally one of the
headset.
best mid players for
he's
as long as I
helping
can remember.
his teammate.
And recently as well, the games he's been playing like on Tinker and like Invoker, he's just dominating again. And there was a period maybe 2 years ago or a year ago when everyone was like, geez, not really the same. But I think he's back on
I
form now.
remember that period from like 2 weeks ago, because at that point he already wasn't really comfortable with what was happening. I think that was mostly because.
Did you see the games against Secret when he played Ember Spirit and Tinker?
Yeah.
He was a god.
Yeah,
By the way,
that game he was a god.
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but that guy right there, FNG, I talked to him when we were backstage before they came out here.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you watch the No Diggity OG games? And he's like, nah, don't watch noobs. That's what he said.
Okay,
So I'm looking for some plays coming out of this
Don't
team.
watch noobs.
I am really hyped for this Virtus Pro, because I used to be like all about hype for Virtus Pro, and then they swapped roles and then they were kind of underwhelming, and I'm one of those people that then jumps trains because, and
Ships.
Yep. Or jump ships. No, hype trains. Come on.
Okay.
Jump trains.
Jump trains.
I'm not one of them hobos.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
What's happening?
But Virtus Pro, with their change roster, we already mentioned it. I mean, even Moon mentioned it. Even Moon saw it before he came to the tournaments. Like, they have been on the winning streak. They've won 8 games in a row with their Loon lineup. And I really think that this is a tournament where they can show what they're made of. And you pointed out before that they don't have a major to go to. So this is their chance to prove that they are a tier 1 team, or at least they are up there.
Yeah, they got nothing going on after this, so they need this.
Was your speech earlier like kind of mean to VP?
No, it wasn't mean. It was saying that they're not in the qualifiers for Manila. They didn't make it to Frankfurt. They got nothing going on. They need a win. Yeah. And this could very well be the win that we've been looking for VP.
Yep.
We'll have to see how Navi's been in their 3 weeks. It's been a mystery to see what they've been doing. But I know my boys over at Navi have not been slacking off. I know they've been fighting it. They've been working. They're going to come up with some crazy stuff we're about to see in this game for sure.
Okay, so tell me about this crazy stuff, because we've been talking a lot, a lot today, and also at Epicenter there was a lot of talk about fast games, and whoever plays the fastest game wins. I think those were even PPD's words that he said, like whoever plays the fastest
in fairness,
wins.
the last time these two teams played, like both games were 55 minutes long.
Yeah. You see, there's something in Dota that
I mean, fast games, I don't mean timing
like fast
games.
pace.
Fast-paced games.
Fast-paced.
Yes.
Like Venge, Batrider, like these aggressive heroes. Is that what you kind of mean?
Yeah, well, I was
both
going
of
to
these
ask for you,
teams-
like, how are we going to see that put into rotation in this game?
I think the heroes like Batrider and Beastmaster are the most important for both of these teams. They both love the hero, and they both have amazing. Like, I'm not too sure about VP nowadays because FNG used to play it.
G plays bat.
Yeah.
He does play bat.
Yeah.
Not so often. Like a lot of the time, he gets like the tempo controller /2 role, which isn't really bat rider necessarily. But I know Yoku definitely plays bat now too. And with them switching the people back to their original roles, there is a higher probability, I think, of them picking the hero now. As before, where FNG was playing off lane, his bat was like okay, but it wasn't like his comfort zone, I think. So
We're even back to perhaps seeing the Yoku Doom. I mean,
Yeah,
with Yoku now playing offlane again, I feel like Virtus Pro has opened this larger variety of heroes that they can go for again because they were kind of locked down.
You don't really
before.
pick Doom off lane anymore, you know? Like, best case scenario is like you pick it as a greedy support,
Yeah,
like a 3, and then you just farm the woods and walk around, and if there's enemy team has like an Enter a Chen, which is what it originally came into the meta from, was those picks, is you would just follow them around and eat the creeps. But nowadays it's like you pick it and force the enemy team to pressure you, and if they don't, you just passively get ahead. And the other thing too is Scorched Earth is so good with a low-level Infernal Blade that you can just run at people and hit them. It's just very difficult to directly counter the Doom.
Especially if you have a very weak safe lane. Like, they just roam the 4 support up to the enemy safe lane.
Yeah.
Just take a creep and shockwave or...
Yeah, exactly.
And just
It's just
pressure.
obnoxious.
Yeah.
Unless you want to dodge a safe lane. We've seen that a lot more lately than we have in the past, that the offlaners, as Moon said, is just a lot more difficult right now, so people are just taking that Iron Talon and go into the jungle, which Doom is definitely a good target for.
The Beastmaster, that thing is ridiculous. Like, you out-level
It'll
the
be
mid
banned,
lane.
dude. It has to be banned.
It really does.
I don't think it got through a single game, right? In
No,
the first
correct.
series? Yeah, it was banned every time.
But even when General does play Beastmaster, he doesn't jungle it like most other offlaners do. He usually goes to lane and pressures.
Yeah, a little bit. But it depends on the matchup, I think. He's just a hyper-aggressive player by nature. I think he just has something like morally against jungling on Beastmaster. He's like, I got boars, I'm going in.
Yeah.
You know? And he just makes space.
I think the main reason that works as well is because of how Na'Vi play. They always rotate the support to mid to help Dendio.
Yeah.
So therefore, like, the enemy team have to kind of also send a support. So that gives General a lot more space in the offlane.
Yeah, it's true.
So if you're going to rotate supports mid to help Dendy out, obviously G is going to be... we talk a lot about G, or we talked a little bit about G before, and he is one of those players that you're going to expect to see the flashy plays of. He's going to need a lot of space, aka he is going to suffer a lot if there's going to be a lot of people around mid for helping out Dendy, aka shutting down G. How
Yeah.
is that going to pan out?
I mean, oh, sorry. They've done that a lot in DreamLeague, especially, is they love to just secure that mid for Dendy, and then they're just like, all right, win us the game, Dendy, and it's worked a lot. I mean, the Invoker picks, and he's just been going ham, so that's kind of a bad matchup when you're crippled on your mid. You have to do well, and that's like Navi's strategy is like, okay, win the mid no matter what, so...
There
a
might
rough
be some
matchup.
controversy behind this, but I think that G mechanically is slightly better than Dendy.
Okay.
So I think that he'll probably need the help regardless, depending on the hero matchup.
Yeah.
Like if he gets a good hero matchup, Dendy will probably still win the lane. But I think that G overall, at least in my eyes, has shown like consistency a little bit more so than Dendy. So I think the mid matchup is going to be huge, and I think that VP might even go as far as to just match aggression with aggression in middle lane, just to allow G to get to that point where he can actually start to control the game. Because he's like Dendy in the sense that once he gets ahead, he knows his limits very well. He can push the tempo. But if you leave that lane alone, I think that most of the time G might not like... At this level of Dota, you don't crush your lane. You know what I mean? You win it by a little bit. But that's all I'm saying is I think that G would end up coming out ahead in most of those.
I think Na'Vi have to kind of worry about these supports like Earth Spirit, Bounty Hunter, like these like heroes that completely pressure the mid lane, even by maybe not even being
We've
there,
not
you
seen
know?
Bounty Hunter at all today.
But these are the two teams that are going to pick it. I
Yeah,
think.
but in the last series, also keep in mind that there was like Night Stalker in 2 of the games, and Bounty Hunter is not really super good against the kind of heroes that OG and No Diddy were picking anyway. They were picking like these early 5-mans with Lone Druid and DK and all this other stuff where it's just like you lose your towers in 15 minutes. Bounty Hunter is just poop against those lineups.
For people wondering, by the way, we are having a short delay as we are fixing a problem with the communication on one of the teams, so that's why we are slightly delayed for this next series. But we can continue talking about this because I'm mostly interested in seeing... I mean, we talk a lot about how G is going to get, or rather how Dendy is going to get helped. But I want to see... I mean, you've mentioned it before. When FNG is back on support, combination with no fear, that's bound to be having some aggression in there as well. That will help G as well. Does that mean that General is going to get left alone completely and he's not going to be having any issues?
It's a possibility, I think, in this game.
That's scary.
It is scary because the guy just like crushes his lane somehow, even in 1v2s.
You just mentioned nobody crushes his lanes this meta anymore, but he is the guy that
in
would
mid,
still.
you don't really crush.
He said mid.
Yeah, okay, but he will still crush the lane.
Yeah.
I think there's been plenty of times when he was Bat Rider, he's like, there's no way he's going to kill this Morphling. I think that was
like, there's no way he's killing him. And then at like 3 minutes in, he kills Morphling. I'm like, how do you die? But he did get a gank from an Earth Spirit that game.
Yes,
which it wasn't a solo kill. Okay. So I was still wrong, but I just wasn't expecting that the Earth Spirit would be there and the Morphling would still die. Because how does a Morphling die, actually? It's insane. That hero is so hard to kill.
Silence.
I love how you can like clearly remember the one time that you were wrong.
The one time.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but
he was
that's the thing,
ganked in
though.
8 minutes.
That's why Dota is amazing, because you remember the stuff that you're wrong way more than you remember when you were right.
That's right.
You remember the games that you lose because they irritate you.
Yeah.
You don't remember the wins because you're like, yeah, okay, that game was easy. Raffle, let's move on.
I'm the same way with like
Yeah.
teammates. If guys are in a pub and they're like, hey, you recognize me? And I'm like, no, which is good because I only remember people on report.
Yeah.
So if you suck, I'll remember you. But if you're a really nice guy, we won a game, we had a great time, I'm not going to.
Exactly.
Who cares? I don't need to
It's
remember
like
you.
some like
This is
reverse
actually true.
positive reinforcement.
This Scottish guy queued into me twice. Lovely lad. His name was Ted in game. Ted something.
Was it Pyrian?
No.
He was
He's English.
Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, Europe's all the same.
European.
Oh, God.
I remember him. Greatest guy I ever played with. We lost both games.
God.
That is one of those people that, you know, is super nice, just really bad.
He was trying his best.
And that's why you remember him.
I only remember the
You can't
baddies.
blame him because he's so nice.
The good ones are, there's no reason to remember them. They're going to be good next time.
So Scottish Ted, you suck.
Sorry, Scottish Ted. You're garbage. Great guy,
But
though.
at least you're very nice.
He was lovely.
So rude.
Actually,
Hey, what are you
very
going to do? A smart man once said to me, there's no reason to play Dota with another person unless they're good or they entertain you. Everybody else, don't play with them. Don't need them.
Who told you that?
I believe it was me. I
It
just
was you. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So-
edgy, I think. Yeah, it was edgy. What an ass. Anyway,
So we are gonna see for the first time in a long time. I don't think I've ever seen, like, personally seen Aloha Dance play carry.
oh,
me neither.
this will be interesting.
Yeah,
All
how's
right.
that gonna work?
He predominantly plays mid and carry in his pubs.
Yeah.
So it's like even the support players who played support previously, like Aloha Dance, they probably have almost more experience playing some heroes in pubs than they do the actual heroes they play in competitive.
Yeah.
Just because of how many games they grind out between scrims.
Is this the first team that has had the brilliant epiphany of putting the names of the players on the front of the shirt?
No way.
Wait, can we have a screenshot back of Virtus Pro,
No,
please?
because it's not about the names of the players, it's about the branding.
No, but the name of the players is in the front of the shirt.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
usually on the back at the top. And
No,
like,
yeah, I know that.
And then
But I'm
zoom
saying, like,
out, please.
most of the time
we
it's
want to see
not.
the shirt.
I don't think you have a direct camera feed to the camera.
I think I am. I mean, come on.
I-
It's the FNG right there.
oh, look at that.
Above the
That's pretty
VPN.
good.
I
How
actually
could
really
you
like
mix
that.
FNG up with anyone else?
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's just a principle.
Yeah.
Normally, you only see the players from the front, and it's very awkward if you just, you know, you can't really. What's his name again?
Oh.
I can't. It's
I
on
mean,
the
if
back
you're
of
in
the
our
shirt, but it's so
position-
awkward to walk around. It's like
Jesus.
because I've had that scenario before. It's very awkward. Guys.
I mean, this is also a very interesting, like...
You didn't
if we're gonna-
recognize a Dota player. Like, who's that? It's Ditchurok. Come on, you had at least 3 seconds.
Jeez. Oh, boy. Here we go.
We haven't seen the front of his
Fired.
shirt.
And here comes the quiz stuff. All right. You know, fashion-wise, too. Let's talk about this.
What?
Navi's on the hood game. I see a lot of hoods are up.
Yeah.
You know?
Or they're just really big fans of bumblebees.
or they're just cold.
It is a little bit chilly in here. It's getting warmer, though, over
Yeah,
time.
But it's not. I mean, apparently, Virtus Pro doesn't think it's cold. Only G is wearing a jacket.
That's a
that's true,
psychology
actually.
thing, you know? If you're
Maybe, yeah.
cold, you got your parasympathetic nervous system pumping in, makes you more alert, makes you more, you know.
But doesn't
Yeah,
it
but your hands
slow your
don't
blood
work.
flow and then make your reaction slower?
Let's not get into it.
I would much rather play warm than I would cold.
I meant sympathetic nervous
Depends
system.
on how warm. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not
because-
talking about like 60 degrees Celsius. I just mean like I want to be where my hands aren't
dead.
freezing.
No, but your hands are gonna be, you know, moving anyway, so you keep them warm.
Yeah.
And
That's
did
not
you
true.
know
Not
that
true.
when it's cold, your brain works better?
It's true.
That is actually true.
It's your sympathetic nervous system. If you're cold, hungry, and tired, you'll perform better because it's like your survival instincts.
Yeah.
If you're warm, comfortable, and full, you're going to play worse.
So what you're
Please.
saying is come come to a tournament, don't sleep the night before, don't eat breakfast, don't even wear clothes. Well, actually wear some clothes for our
maybe
sake.
shorts, just
Yeah,
shorts.
wear some clothes.
Why do you think EE wears shorts and sandals?
Be
He's freezing.
uncomfortable all the time.
He's freezing.
But
what
why
you're
is he on
saying.
the hand warmer so much then?
Because
Those are the things that he has to.
But he like uses a belt on his wrist so the heat doesn't rise.
Whenever I'm in a tournament, I put a thumbtack in my shoe and I step on it all the time.
Whenever you're in a
what in your
tournament.
shoe?
Sorry,
Isn't that like some lie detector test thing where you can do that? Like you put
No, don't ever do that in a lie detector.
By the way, guys, the problems are fixed. We will be in the draft in
Hey,
only like
alright.
20
Alrighty.
seconds or something like that. So
let's do this.
If
Let's
you do
do
want
this
to be, if you want to beat a lie detector, you just gotta be calm and believe your own lies. Like right now, try me, Sheever. Say something that I
there's
know.
no lie detector to prove
Just
you're
say
right or
something
wrong.
that you know isn't true about me.
Your socks are blue.
Yeah, they are.
Holy shit.
Look at that.
I
I
believe
can't
it.
tell.
What a lie. Okay, let's get into the draft here. What a fun time here. We got VP.
Great.
And you guys said it.
Is our
Beastmaster.
TV dead?
Get rid of
Oh, no, it's not.
Beastmaster
It's
It's very
instantly.
difficult to see.
I'm
from
like
there.
super far away, actually.
No, get a little closer, my friend.
It's okay.
So as you
Alright.
guys said, most important heroes in this batch,
Yeah.
especially for this kind of region because he provides such early game aggression, such vision. You gotta get rid of that Beastmaster first.
I mean, that hero's just broken, actually.
Why is Doom such like why is Doom first bad material when it wasn't for the previous games that we saw?
I
what
think
makes
when you
Doom
don't have
scary in this
anything that
one?
you necessarily respect ban against a team, I think you ban Doom.
Okay.
Because Doom is just really strong with almost every single lineup. He's very hard to deal with. He puts pressure on you to do something in the game at an early stage so he doesn't just get farm. So I think it's just a good blanket ban, if you want to
Chen
call it that.
Enchantress still in the pool.
Oh, why
Now,
are you
it's
so
interesting
excited about
because
that?
both of
I
these
just love
teams,
early aggression.
Okay.
they haven't played against each other for a while, but it makes me feel like they have scrimmed against
They
each other
probably
before.
have, yeah.
Because of
They
the Night
must
Stalker
have.
ban. Like the Doom one is more of just like, okay, you know, I can see the Doom ban just being like a casual ban because it's just a strong hero. But the Night Stalker one seems a bit more targeted, so maybe they have some experience here. And we're gonna go with the Navi.
Oh boy, here we go.
Bounty Chen.
There are so few teams that pick the supports in the first two of the game when, you know, there's maybe there's
I would love-
0.01% for Bounty Hunters to be Stoffman, but it's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
I would love to see VP just pick Spear Breaker. Like just right now.
go
Just throw
time.
down the gauntlet. Let's feel like
Oh,
Spear
man.
Breaker.
I don't know, dude. The last two games, I remember in the North American qualifier, Spearbreaker in both games, and he got annihilated.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like amazing, but I think it's funny when you have to play Bounty against SB because it's one of the worst matchups. But against Chen, he's actually really weak. So probably not going to see it.
I just like the difference here. I mean, you could tell that these are a completely different region than the last one.
They
Just
have, like, their own
completely
meta.
different picks. It's
Yeah.
awesome, yeah.
I like the way they picked Chen and Bounty together as well. It allows them.
It feels
so
like this
much
is
space.
actually the previous meta, though. You know what I mean? Like, not to say previous isn't its worst, but this is the stuff that people were picking in the last patch.
Yeah.
Because so you could argue that picking Bounty and Chen together, right? Your lanes are going to be pretty weak, you know, because they're mostly going to be solo lanes.
Yep.
So if you outlane them as VP, you have like a clear advantage, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that for sure. There's definitely strengths to the opening. I mean, if they didn't think it was good, they wouldn't pick it.
No,
But
yeah.
It's just very unorthodox. And so is the second pick, Lifestealer. But again, pretty good against Bounty Hunter. You can infest the Chen creep, have a way of de-pushing a little bit in that regard. Chen, obviously, really bad against Lifestealer during the later stages of the game. But it does allow them a lot of time to think about how they want to counter this hero as well.
You know what? You could have a problem, though. You infest a creep, and then Chen can take over the
You can
creep.
send it home.
And he gets sent home.
Yeah, but you have to be really fast to do that. Like, if
Yeah.
he just gets in and just gets out right away, you have like less than a second to be able to do that.
Oh boy, a battle of infestation. A battle of wits.
Yep.
Let's see if it
Why do you
goes.
say it like that?
I don't know.
Weirdo.
I'm sorry. All right. Nature's Prophet ban out. Is that playing into the aggression again, Shane?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's just if Chen rotates early, it's amazing to push it off it after you get a kill. And I'm interested to see if Navi will... Like Nyx Assassin VP, like sometimes pick Nyx or Quap with the lifestealer. They like kind of having an infest target.
I don't think Nyx is very good against this lineup, though. Because the problem with Nyx against Chen Bounty is, like, you're probably not going to get much out of your lane already. If you pick Nyx now, they can just pick, like, Jug safe lane, which is fine against Lifestealer.
Why wouldn't you get much out of your lane as Nyx?
Because you have too much time to counterpick the hero. That's what I mean. Like, if you're going to pick Nyx, he needs an easier lane than what he could potentially have. Because if you pick an offlaner before the enemy team shows what their safe lane hero is going to be, Nyx can be hard countered super easily by a carry.
Okay.
And then if they just start 5-manning you, you're playing Nyx and you're just like, what? Okay, this is literally the exact same stuff that Navi were picking in the last patch.
But it worked. I mean,
it did work. It definitely worked.
DreamLeague, they won the most amount of games doing lineups just like this. This is a cut and paste of older lineups.
Mirana is not too bad against Lifestealer. You have the mobility factor, so like open wounds, you're not going to be able to just stick to it. They'll have to wait until Blink Dagger comes out on the Lion or whatever other initiation hero they pick to be able to focus it down.
Yep.
But it is a blast from the past for sure.
We have seen DJ Ra play Mirana safe lane with a Wind Ranger for mid for Dendi combined often. We have seen Dendi play Mirana with DJ Ra playing, I believe, Lycan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lycan and Ursa actually are both very solid picks right now, I think, for them.
I kind of like the Quap pick. It's not banned, is it? I can't actually see the bans.
No, it's not banned.
You mean for VP?
Yeah, for VP.
Yeah.
You gotta invest with the Lifestealer.
And also, kind of if Bounty Hunter roams your mid lane, you can easily blink away and be safe.
No, I mean, it's a good hero for sure.
Good counter push against Chen.
Yeah. The only thing that I wasn't sure of was the Nyx, but yeah, the Queen is all right. And they already took away the puck, so they're definitely looking for that like mid-tempo controlling type of hero anyway.
10 seconds.
I'm looking for the setup hero now. I mean, some of the most devastating games that Navi had earlier in DreamLeague, they had a nice setup hero like Shadow Demon, a little bit of Bane, a little bit
Dragon
of...
Knight can be set up hero.
Yeah, he sets up something.
You can't be picking a support anymore because you already got about hand to Chen.
Oh,
so it has to
this
be
might
done with
be
core.
Tinker for VP.
For VP?
Yeah, I know they like picking high magical burst damage against.
They'll have to babysit the lane really hard though.
Like high armor heroes like Dragon Knight.
10 seconds.
No, I mean, I think that Tinker is definitely doable here because you can pretty much infinitely push out the lanes, and the catch that they have is okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not super ideal against Tinker.
Late
but
game, it's amazing with line though.
yeah.
You know, I have nothing to win from this, but there's zero chance that they're going to pick Tinker right here, buddy. It's just not going to happen.
Well, why not?
Well, as you will soon find out, he's just not a good pick. I mean, you got the Dragon Knight up it against him in the mid, all that dragon blood keeping him alive from the robots.
Yeah, but DK actually loses that lane quite hard still.
Well, you'll see. I mean, there's zero chance they're going to pick Tinker here. I know it's a
you have,
stupidly
like,
risky thing to do right now.
Even if they don't pick it, the chance is never going to be zero.
There is a 0%. If Tinker is picked, I'm out of here, dude. Oh my god, thank you. Woo! No,
There's still a chance.
This is another really good pick though from VP. So the obvious implication of Surge, Iron Shell, Darkseer, or even Earth Spirit during the early game, if you want to do like the dual off lane, yeah, they're both really good partners for it. It lends the mech carrier, which they need against a Chen. It's very good against Bounty because you can't really do anything to him in lane. Although I would say that Mirana is pretty self-sufficient in that regard, so the safe lane of Navi probably still feeling okay.
It's a lane winner as well, especially against the Bounty.
Yeah, it can be. It depends on how much emphasis they want to put on it. I think Navi are probably just going to ignore the DS unless they get really good creeps in the first couple of minutes. Because you kind of need like a troll or something to kill the Darkseer, unless he makes some really crazy dive.
Troll. Thank God we're not seeing any more of that.
Quap.
No Quap. Hey, good call there, Shane.
That was a really good pick, for sure.
All right. Last ban. Who could really mess up VP's lineup right now?
Well, Batrider is still in the pool.
Well, they need an off lane. So they're definitely going to be getting rid of an off lane hero. I mean,
Batrider is the best one.
yeah,
Especially
Bat is really good.
you just lasso the Batrider or lasso the DK.
And it's a
just stop the
general
push.
hero too.
They
Yeah.
remove it.
Yeah.
Good call.
Virtus Pros turn
All right, VP going with the pick. We need something that's going to deal with Dragon Knight's tankiness. What? Something that's going to... What's up?
I'm waving goodbye to you.
No, don't be... No, no,
I would actually
no.
be kind of surprised. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know if they...
10 seconds.
Please, my career can't take this hit.
No,
Cringe.
you said only in the fourth. You're already off the hook, right?
Well, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He
Don't,
said if they
give me
pick it
away
right
out.
now.
Don't give him away out.
Don't
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Give me a way out.
You literally are fired if they pick Tinker right now.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying.
Wow.
All right, what are you thinking, Chief?
I think that's probably going to be a good pick.
Thank God.
Navi's
I was actually not going to say that, but it is a very good G hero. I mean,
So it's a different direction than the Tinker because the Death Prophet actually directly pressures towers, whereas Tinker is not really an objective like hitting hero. He just kind of idly pushes out the waves, defends for a really long time. Maybe VP aren't necessarily super comfortable going into the ultra late against the Mirana plus DK. And with the addition of a Huskar, wait, it's offlane Mirana?
yep.
Yeah,
It's General
Has to be.
Morana.
Has to be
Huskar
Alpha.
Ditchera.
So they threw us for a little bit of a loop. We hadn't
Yeah.
seen Na'Vi play in a while. We just kind of assumed that this was going to be the standard safe lane Ditchera thing. But with no Enchantress in the game, no reason to go for like the safe lane Morana build. They're going to go for the Huskar, which does very well in lane against Darkseer. And I think it actually does fairly well against most of their heroes, barring the Lifestealer. That's the only one.
We have the boxes. I want to
Okay.
say Huskar.
This
going
one's a
with
bit
Huskar?
tough for me. I'm
I
actually
say
going to
Na'Vi.
say... I'm actually going to say VP.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Andy as well. I don't really like Huskar into Lifestealer and Death Prophet.
Death Prophet actually completely destroys
Yeah.
Huskar.
Thanks a lot. Thanks
We
a lot.
have seen Death Prophet.
Oh, but wait.
Secret
Spirit
one
Siphon's
against.
magical now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like
But
not
the
as
ghost,
bad.
the ghost,
Yeah,
still
the ghost
pretty
still
good.
murder. I'm still going VP.
Let's stop ruining the time-space continuum. You were supposed to go VP.
Why?
Because that was the future,
Because
you
it was
fool.
a pre-recorded.
Oh shit.
I'm going to have to go with Na'Vi as well. I mean, you asked me earlier, what crazy things are they going to bring to the
Yeah.
table? They're bringing the Huskar. They know what they're doing. Come on, Na'Vi. Be the team I want you to be.
Well, we're going to find out if they are the team that Slacks wants them to be. It is going to be game one of the second series of the day. So we're going to have Na'Vi versus Virtus Pro. And we got a fresh casting duo on the desk. It is time for Call Guy and Wagamama.